Hey everybody, welcome back to Wrath of Cortex. We're going to be dealing with the 5 coloured gem platforms, or in this case barriers. So the first one is in Compactor Reactor. You'll notice that there's a Aku following me, and that's for one very simple reason. Something that I actually forgot about this game. I'm not sure if it was in Crash 3, because that was in the much less forgiving PS1 era. But in this game, if you die constantly, and I mean a lot, I think it's 10 or 15 times. If you die 10 or 15 times in a level, the game will give you an Aku to help you try and pass the level. Think of it as the precursor to the Super Guide that's in most Nintendo games now. But anyway, this is the yellow gem path. And it's nasty. It's basically memorising the order of all these nitro boxes. I couldn't have done it without the mask, basically. It allows me to... It gives me that little extra bit of reaction time where I can just tank a nitro at one point and then abuse the invincibility frames to deal with the rest. So that's one gem. Each of these gem platforms leads to a clear gem. As I mentioned when we got the clear gem from Avalanche, the clear gems that you get from the paths or other criteria, they are slightly darker than the rest of the gems. This is Tsunami, and the red gem platform here is Brutal. I would say that this was probably harder than any of the skull platforms that we saw in the last video. Now you see that jump there, how I went in towards it and then came out and moved along to the side. That's because you actually can't get onto that from the side. The game puts the barrier of the level beyond that corner of the awning. So where you would normally bounce onto it, it doesn't let you, because you have to get onto its plane first. At the end of the path is Coco's first power-up, and it's a super belly flop. This is something that was in Crash 3, and kind of got, I don't know if you would say relegated, but it kind of got hidden in this game. This may be due to the fact that it's pretty much useless. There's not a whole lot to like about it at all. This is Tsunami. At the end of the chase, the blue gem leads to this area, which is actually really fun. You notice Aku's still there, still died a hell of a lot of times on this. But this never got frustrating, because this, you can see, look at how fluid this sequence of platforming is. The only time you really have to slow down is for this set of boxes there. After that, it's just bouncing along these crates on the nitros. Why they bother having the nitros there when, if you miss it, you're going into the water anyway? But it's a really cool, very well designed, nice and fluid sequence of platforming. And it was brought up in the thread about how Coco doesn't get any of Crash's abilities, and that's because Coco's levels are all about just pure platforming. And that path is a perfect example of that. So anyway, in Droid Void lies the purple gem platform. It's actually quite a ways from the checkpoint, so God forbid you die on it. So we're going to be seeing quite a bit of the Droid Void that we've already seen once before. We'll only be seeing one more time, because all we have left to get from this level is the relic, thank God. Yeah, the key to the gem platform, and I'll explain a bit more when we actually get to it, which takes quite a little while. The key to the gem platform really is, as with the rest of the level, just taking your time. Taking your time in the suit, using the cannon to deal with threats. And what happens with this platform is just unexcusable. It didn't even give me any chance to get off it before turning around and coming back. So we jump up, we move it again, and it doesn't let me again. It just straight up will not let me run off this platform. So another jump. We get on it. We're running before it. We were running before it landed, and it still would not let me off. It just goes over and came straight back. At this point, I just thought the game was straight up bugging out and wasn't going to let me off at all. But a quick hop and finally got off the platform. Nothing particularly special about this platform. Those waste hoser guys show up. Annoyingly can't be dealt with by shooting the nitros behind them, which I think kind of defeats the point of having the nitros there. They're not a particularly dangerous hazard, especially when you've got the cannon on your arm, as arse as it may be to aim. Yeah, the basic rule for this path is just the enemies come in pairs, which gives you much less room to maneuver. So you're better off just shooting one of them and running down the pathway it offers you. This area, again, really not that much trouble. I was trying to get that Aku Aku there, though I didn't really need it. I did get it, but I didn't need it for any particular reason. When you've got a cannon and you can deal with all possible threats in the level, you can just keep running. The only thing that's ever gonna be any kind of hazard is falling off the platform, and Aku Aku won't do a damn thing to help you there. So that's 4 of the special gems got. And the final one is in Cortex Vortex. I enjoyed the hell out of running through this level again. It's a really fun level. And the green gem platform leads us to what is actually quite a fun skull platform, and this is the point where I started using the bazooka. Hopefully that's good enough of a compromise for the thread. I'm not going to call it a fruit launcher. I will stop calling it the apple launcher. I'll just call it the bazooka, because that's what it is. Some more precision jumping. We saw this in Coco's first part as well. The trick to those is basically just remembering you have a shorter jump if you just tap the button rather than hold it down. So I like it when platformers get precise like that. And this big long string of nitro boxes as well. Of course, once you're off it, there is really only one way to deal with this. Had to be done. Like if you don't get off that sequence of nitros and immediately just blow them all the hell up, I don't know what you are as a gamer. It just should come across as a basic instinct. These enemies here are damn near impossible to get past, so I think in this area you either need godlike timing or just use the bazooka. This is a tough jump as well because, hell, you've got the laser right there, and it's the only available platform unless you're going to use the tornado spin. Why you wouldn't use it, I have no idea. So that's all of those you've got. We have all the special gems, and as I was showing off the super belly flop, accidentally hit the secret platform. But it is actually kind of relevant because next time we are going to start the relics. Join us next time for some big time trial fun times. See you then. Bye bye.